Alright, so we just loaded up the van and we're about to head over to meet with Eddie 9-volt and turn up some really loud amps.
What's up, brother?
What's up, man? So, what year is this Super?
So this guy is a 1973 Fender Super Reverb that I found in Ocala, Florida. On Facebook Marketplace, I got this guy for $500, and
That's amazing.
You know, it sounds great. I haven't had to fix it. The only thing that I haven't done is, you know, these old Reverb and tremolos. They're hardwired on the old ones. They're not just plugged. So I haven't actually got around to plugging in the tremolo. Well, the guy that I bought it from said it works, but I love it, man. It does have a replaced faceplate, which I wanted to give me a real silver face, but those things are running like $90 just for the plate. So I'm like, you know what? I might just get a little duct tape right here and write Fender Super Reverb. It might be better. Which one do you got right here, brother?
This is just there's nothing fancy to it. It's just one of the modern day reissue models of the Super Reverb. Picked it up on Reverb for about $900 from somebody that was fleeing the country.
Oh.
And no, I mean on good terms.
Oh, so there's not any drugs in the back like they're finding Guitarist?
I haven't shined a flashlight back there yet, but I thought it'd be cool. You know, since we're both commonly use these amps to, you know, do a shootout and try them side by side and see what they sound like. I also know that you're typically running this amp and a cable and a guitar. There's not much in the signal path.
I do when I can get away with it, man. You know, like I said, I was telling you, this was kind of funky. The more I put in the treble, it kind of increases gain. So I don't, you know, sometimes I'm playing a lot of festivals a lot of the time, and honestly, a Super Reverb is my favorite festival amp. You know, way better than those black amps. What are they called? The DeVilles.
The DeVilles.
Can't stand those things. But this guy, you know, I like it. I can normally get up to about 4 or 5 at the clubs we play. You know, the old guys back in the day, they said they'd run these things on like 9 in little tiny bars and stuff.
Jeez.
But, you know, I get away with it when I can. You know, this is a little trick that I actually told people. Sometimes I plug in the normal channel. Just take off the volume knob and the sound. Because I've had sound guys come up to me and they see my things already like that. And so they start freaking out immediately. Right. So that's a little hack, a little Eddie 9-volt hack. Is just take the volume off, knob off. They have no idea what you're at. So... And then once you finally hit a chord, then they'll scream. But yeah, man, I had my, you know, I go back with Super Reverbs. When I worked at Guitar Center during the pandemic, 68 Drip Edge came in, and I was like, I had to buy it. But I got it. I loved it. I played it. But while we were doing a show in New Orleans, and this guy came to the show, and I sold it to him. And ever since I did that, I've been kicking my ass all the time. So that's why when I saw this guy on Facebook Marketplace, I got it up for $500. I mean, I'm not getting rid of that thing, man. So, and they're so cheap right now, man, because everybody wants the thing in the box and just to set on stage. I mean, people are not even using amps on stage anymore. So people are practically giving these things away. So
yours in particular, I mean, you're playing it is what makes it sound great. But this amp sounds fantastic, and I'm curious to see what the difference is.
Well, man, you know, a lot of it has to do with the speakers. You know, I have, let's see, in the back of these things, I got a Celestion Vintage somethings, and then the original, the Blue Label Fender speakers, and that's what I have mic'd on this one. And, you know, just like with that Bassman, that belonged to a harmonica player, and I honestly love finding amps that belong to harmonica players because they just blow the hell out of the speakers, which is a good thing. You want them broken in. So how long have you been playing with the reissue here?
I've had this reissue for about 2 years now. So I believe the person that bought it originally was only here in the States for a brief period of time, and they played it at somewhat low volumes in their apartment. So I think most of the, you know, breaking in of the speakers has been done for me touring with it over the past 2 years. So you know, it's not, at least we're not working with, you know, brand new, fresh, out of the box speakers. So they should be a little worn in.
Well, I'll tell you my prediction. I think, honestly, the reissue is probably going to blow us away and sound how close it's going to sound. Or you know, like I said, because I listen to these things all the time, and maybe I'll be surprised. Maybe the old one will sound better. Who knows? We'll see.
this is Super Reverb number 2. I think it sounds awesome. There's a lot more gain.
Yeah, a lot more gain, and it's the same volumes on both of them, man. I know what it is. I'm not going to give it away, but I'm surprised by the more gain on that guy. That's crazy. All right, let me see. We're going to go through the Esquire here, going through the Mystery Super Reverb. Let's see which one we think it is.
Typically, when you're playing out, you're just going straight into your super.
Yeah, usually I like to go straight in. Like I said, sometimes we play a few small clubs where I'll usually. This is why I bring 2 amps on tour. I bring a Music Man RD 115 or 150. I forget what they're called, but they're the Chris Kane amp. Look them up. I usually bring that one if the volume is just like, people are sitting and eating dinner right in front of me, you can't really get that sound. But for most clubs and festivals, I definitely use Super Reverb, no pedal. What have you been using?
More recently, my ear has been, preferring the sound of pushing the amp more so than, clipping within a pedal circuit.
It's like I said, man. I think pedals are amazing. There's so many great ones out there, but there's nothing that's going to be better. When you listen to all these old records, man, like my favorite records are just an amp turned up to its point where it's just screaming for mercy. Man.
What do you do in the circumstances where you can't run the amp wide open? How do you get around that?
Well, Supers are a great platform. They got more headroom than a Bassman. They're plenty loud enough. Like right now, I'm on 2.5, I guess 2.5. And it's already still gaining. This is a very hot pickup guitar. You got this pedal right here. It's made by Echo Park, you said?
Yeah.
And I'm going to show you, like, we're at a very quiet volume. This is a very gig-friendly volume, so I'm just going to turn this guy on. Ooh, that's juicy. That pedal, dude. That thing sounds amazing. It's so squishy, man. So we're on the old one now, and I'm on 2.5. Like I said, I'm not loud. You could easily play that at like a tavern or a club, man.
Yeah.
And that's rock and roll too.
And this isn't an overdrive pedal. This is, I think the second knob in there does introduce some extra gain, but this is just a boost. This is all just pushing the signal hotter into the amp, and then using basically the amp's volume as a master.
And you can just roll, like I said, all the time. Just roll that volume knob back, and you get a great clean tone. So this is without it. You're adding a lot of clarity to it. I love it. You can almost hear the individual picks. That's a great rhythm sound. Like I said, that's what I use live. You asked about how I do stuff. I don't really have a boost. A lot of people have a solo boost. I'm just using my volume. So I got my rhythm tone. Just like that, like J.D. Simon or Mike Bloomfield would do,
When I first started seeing your clips on Instagram, I noticed just the quality of the tone and the richness that you're getting.
Oh, thanks, man.
It sounds ridiculous, and I guess in our day and age, most of the people our age and younger, it is kind of a foreign thing to, crank a tube amp and, get sound. Like that out of it, most stuff's in the box
But that's another good point, man. If you notice that the Super Reverb's too loud for you, there's always great other options like Princeton's, Deluxe Reverb. Honestly, the Desert Island amp would be the Deluxe Reverb for me, man. Like I said, I've played most clubs on 10 on a Deluxe Reverb and really haven't gotten in trouble with it. Right. If it is too much, just turn the amp around, man. Seriously, don't be scared.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much, man.
Brother, thanks for having me, man.
Always great hanging out.
You move right down the street from me, man, so hopefully we'll be making a lot more videos. We might have some YouTube videos coming out where we did some jams in here, man. So thanks for having me. I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you, man.